Come out to the bus.
It's a 1966 school bus, and it was chosen because Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters drove around in a 1966 school bus, which I was very fortunate to visit in Oregon a few years ago and meet Ken Kesey. And that spirit of freedom and exploration and of traveling around in a nomadic way with a unit of people dedicated to the expanding of frontiers of what is possible and how people can relate to each other is one of the essential central themes of our attitude and way of life. It's also very practical because, as you can see, it's our entire satellite of life.
The drug taking has begun.
One won't make two, no three. And everything you say is language and your soul, which you control with your words as they fly around like tiny birds.
I misunderstood the slang in Chicago. Acid meant acid burn, which was just street slang for sampling off other records, sampling rare groove beats and tiny two-bar bits of James Brown and then spinning things in. And I'd always been saying, and so had most of the band, that we were looking for a psychedelic dance music. So in my naive way, I'm thinking, oh, right, acid, psychedelic, LSD, and so on. That's not all the story, but that's how I was perceiving it. So when I was looking at it, I was looking for a dance music that you could get lost in and that would have, as Timothy Leary says, the equivalent of a psychedelic effect through sound, light, and rhythm. We've found in America that people have been misinformed about the acid house movement, and we're always more or less we're told, oh yes, acid house is dead now, it's not happening anymore, but in fact it's just been retermed rave. So if you hear people talking about going to a rave, it's what was once an acid house party.
And a lot of people don't know how to enjoy themselves. So they're dancing and it gets beyond enjoyment and what they can do with their bodies, dancing and movement, etc. So many of them, it's basically, they just, you know, like let their hair down. They get so excited and let their pants down and other things.
And their shirts off.
Oh, lots of people just get really excited and they don't know what to do. So it's a very physical manifestation.
The idea of people experiencing collective euphoria and losing their paranoia about different groups of people and different ethnic or tribal units, which England is full of, was a real threat. Because once people have felt able to let go of fear and discover that it's a real pleasure just to be out, happy with everyone else, you've got a real problem if you're trying to control everybody.